you cannot tell me that this hair does not look pretty darn good, even with it being in its natural state. So this is a new ocean wave texture. So to me, it kind of is like if loose deep wave and body wave textures were like to merge together. This is what you would get from it. I did not wash this wig, so I'm doing something a little out of the ordinary. Normally I wash all my units prior to putting them on, but because this one is a wear and go wig, I'm literally going to do just that, you know, for video purpose for you guys. But it honestly doesn't really need anything done to it. I really like how bouncy this texture is. As you can see, if I run the brush through it, like it just keeps coming back. It's not getting loose or anything. Like the curl pattern is still there, and I really like that. So the only thing I'm going to do really quickly, and I don't even know where my wax stick is at, but I'm going to go ahead and just flatten the top of it, and then I want to keep the curls or the wave that's in the hair. So I probably will go in with my, you guys know, my holy grail, my T3 curling iron, to put some curls in it. I think I want to kind of cut a little bit of layer in the front, and then it's like the hairline is flawless as it is, but I might go in and do just a little bit of baby hair. You don't have to. I'm gonna let you guys watch me do that, and then I'll come back and give you guys my thoughts and opinions on this unit. Now let's get into the details of this wig. So this wig is from ISEE Hair. I already showed you guys the packaging, everything that came inside, all that good stuff. They're getting better at putting like more, how do I want to say this, useful things inside of the packaging besides like the typical things. If you guys like these wear and go glueless type of closure wigs, then make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel, because I have a few more of these to show you guys, just because I already naturally like closure wigs, but these ones are just taking it up just like another notch, and it makes it so much more convenient because they're actually putting in a little bit more effort into these wigs. This wig in particular, like I mentioned, is a wear and go glueless closure wig. Now this is a 6x4 lace closure wig, meaning there is 6 inches going across and only 4 inches going back. Honestly, looking at the parting space throughout the wig, it honestly looks like it's a little bit bigger than 4 inches, so I am very happy with that. And even if it was just 4 inches, I still would be fine with that. So it's not a 5x5, it's not a 6x6, it's like somewhere in between, with it being more width across and less parting space, but it doesn't look like less parting space. When they say that they are glueless, they are truly glueless. You guys didn't see me put any product on this hair whatsoever. The only thing I used on the hairline was mousse for when I took out the little edges here, but outside of that, I used nothing on this wig. The wig is pretty secure to where you don't need to use any product, so that's one of the things that I do like about these wear and go wigs in particular. They come with a elastic band. The cap is different. It's not like the typical wigs where you have the combs in the way. Like, none of that. It's just such an easy install, and this is one of their newer textures, and honestly, you guys, I'm all here for it. The texture is definitely going to hold a curl, which I love. Like, you can just, if you guys could feel this hair, like you could feel like the waves in the hair and how soft and bouncy it is, and every time you brush or comb it, it literally bounces right back. So I absolutely love that. I just threw like 4 curls on each side just to kind of reinforce what was already there. I have this wig in 20 inches, as you guys can see, something a little bit different for me because I do prefer longer lengths majority of the time, but this one is 20 inches, which I'm cool with. I'm glad that I didn't get it any longer because I like how it looks at this particular length. It's just like a perfect like everyday throw on and go type of wig. Density on it is 180% density. Now I'm going to go ahead and insert the pictures from the website to show you guys exactly some of the features that I really like about this wig. So one of the pros, because there are so many pros with this wig and I don't have not one con to tell you guys, this wig does come with pre-cut lace. Now I know a lot of times people say even with these pre-cut wigs, from their experience, they've still had to go in and cut some of the lace anyway, and I will say sometimes that is true because the way that they cut it, it's like it's not straight obviously, but sometimes a little, there's just like a tiny bit of the edge that you kind of want to cut off so it doesn't look so rounded, if that makes sense. But from my experience, even though this wig kind of looks like that, it melts so flawlessly into my forehead that I didn't feel the need to go in and cut it. So if you do happen to get one of these pre-cut wigs and you find that, oh, I need to still cut it a little bit, then just go ahead and take it off. I guarantee you're not gonna have to cut a lot. So aside from the lace being pre-cut, this wig also does feature a pre-plucked hairline, and when I tell you guys, I literally went in and did nothing to this wig. That is the beauty of these throw on and go type of glueless wigs. You don't have to do anything to them. Anything that you choose to do to it is something extra, but it's not necessary straight out of the box. They did an amazing job of plucking this hairline, and I'm very satisfied with it. I'm actually was like staring at it and taking notes for making sure that this is how I want my hairline on the wigs that I do have to pluck to look every time. And then also they did bleach the knots. Now what sets them apart from most of the other hair companies, from what I can see, is that the knots are super tiny. It's not often that I come across a wig that has the tiniest knots. Like you could barely see them, and even looking at it on myself and me being the skin tone that I am, they're still bleached perfectly for me. I feel like if you are any lighter than me or any darker than me, then you won't have an issue with the knots. Oh yeah, and although the wig is already on my head, I will go ahead and put a picture up from the website to show you guys something that, this is the first time that I've seen this done with the hair company, so I just want to make sure to point it out to you guys. They've done something differently with the cap construction when it comes to it sitting on the ear. I have gotten closure wigs before, and I think it's just pretty common. It doesn't bother me all the time, but they kind of sit on top of your ear, which can be a little bit annoying sometimes, and then sometimes you don't really have to worry about that. But what they've done is they made like a little C part where your ear goes, so that way when you put the wig on, there's not like the edge of the wig cap like resting or covering over the top part of your ear. If you guys wear closure wigs, then you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So I thought that that was really genius of them to do that. So that, on top of all of the other things that I just described thus far about this wig, is why I'm giving this a 10 out of 10. And I think the kicker for me, or what really is gonna, you know, set this one very high on my list, is the fact that it's so, I don't want to call it cheap, because sometimes cheap sounds like bad. I don't want to try to think that the hair is cheap. The hair feels great, but if I'm being honest, this wig is like, they could charge, like, I don't want them to charge, but I'm just saying they could have charged just a little bit more for it, and I still would have felt like it's worth it. But this wig was $220, right? There's a discount code on the website. Once I punched in that discount code, it brought it down to $175. Now $220 is totally justified, but $175 is even better for a 20-inch wig where everything is already done for you. Normally, these type of wigs where they do everything for you, they are very expensive. I feel like that is such a steal. Like, that's why I always tell you guys, when you guys go on these companies' websites, don't just skip over the homepage. They have coupons and discount codes all over there. Like, you would be a fool not to use them. Now, I haven't washed the wig. Like I said, for video purposes, I put it on straight out of the box to show you guys that it is like immediately ready to wear. However, I have a feeling that this will probably behave just like body wave hair, where you see the nice little curl that it has, but when you wash it, it goes away, but the texture is still there, and that's mainly the reason why it's able to hold a curl. It may or may not come back. If it doesn't come back, I'm not going to be upset by that, because like I said, body wave hair even does that. Like, a lot of people get misleaded when you see the pretty curl and then you're like, oh, I washed it and it went straight. It's, the texture is still there, but it's just not going to look how it looks when you first got it. So like I said, I have a feeling that this wig is going to be just like that, but that's not going to be any issue. What I noticed is that I have barely got any shedding. Yes, all hair sheds, so I'm going to be expecting to get probably very minimal shedding, but as of right now, I haven't really seen any type of hair come out No tangling, of course. This hair is only 20 inches. It literally has no reason to tangle at all. The texture of it is really nice, and it looks really dark on camera, but I did not dye this hair jet black. This is just the hair in its natural color. So yeah, that's my experience and opinions about this wig thus far. I'm going to probably wear this, alternate between this one, and if you guys didn't see my video on my 6-month review for the West Kiss glueless wig, you guys should definitely check that out. I'll leave a link down below. Between this one and that one, these are probably going to be the two that are heavy in rotation because they're just great. If you find yourself being interested in this wig, you guys already know I leave the links down below in the description box. I'll go ahead and leave the discount code down there as well for you guys to use it. And just shout out to ISEE Hair for their great customer service. Their packaging, it just has gotten better over time. Like all of the goodies that they put in there, everything comes, you know, packaged to perfection. So thank you for stepping you guys this game up. I've never had like too many problems with this particular hair company. If you guys are not, you know, a stranger to my channel, I've reviewed so many of their wigs. I've worked with them. I bought wigs with my own money. My family and friends have bought their wigs because I always recommend them, especially like for their bundles. And so yeah, I can really appreciate them, that they are still a hair company that I could vouch for and say that they have quality hair. So that wraps up this video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.